Hi everyone! Today we're going to make a horse head. Bye! See you later everyone! Have a good job!
Hey everyone, how's it going? We hope you're doing great. Today we're bringing you another amazing project. And look, this is a project we haven't seen anyone present in a similar way here on YouTube. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. That really helps us out and keeps us motivated to bring you more and more creative and exclusive projects. So let's get to it. In this video, we're going to make a wooden horse head with a shield, which is not only an incredible decorative piece, but also works as a bottle opener. A really cool detail is that this project can be made both on a CNC machine or with simple manual cutting tools, like a jigsaw, so you can build it right at home or in your workshop. And the best part is, for everyone who gets it, we provide the project in both formats. The PDF template for those who want to make it with simple tools, and the DXF file for those who want to cut it on a CNC. For the horse head part, we decided to make it on the CNC, using a 6mm spiral bit for all the cutting. The wood we chose for this part was Canafistula, a very common wood in my region, but you can go with whichever one you like best. After the cuts, we stacked the pieces together to check the first result. And you can already see it's looking amazing. Then, with a marker, I outlined the corners I wanted to round over with the router. And for that rounding, I used a chamfer bit. Next, it was time for sanding. I used a random orbital sander with 80 and 220 grit sandpaper for the finish. After sanding, it was time to protect the wood. For that, we applied a solvent-based sealer. The sealer not only enhances the natural color of the wood, but also preserves its quality, protecting it for decades. It's important to let the sealer cure for 12 to 24 hours. That's the ideal time for it to properly do its job on the piece. After this curing period, you can sand the pieces again with 320 grit sandpaper to remove any roughness, leaving the surface smooth and ready for the next finishing step. For the shield, I chose to use Peroba Rosa wood. Besides being a noble hardwood, it's also beautiful. And just like Canifistula, it's often found in demolition wood. This type of wood is no longer allowed to be cut, so the only way to get it today is through demolition. And those who know it understand it's worth gold in woodworking when it comes to making projects with it. Not only is it high quality, it's also stunning. For the shield, I had to resaw the pieces I had. From that wood, I was able to make 14 strips, each 5 centimeters wide, just enough for this project. Right after that, it was time to run them through the planer to level them and bring them down to 2 centimeters thick. Once that was done, we glued the strips onto a 9mm MDF base measuring 60 by 65 centimeters. For the gluing, I used Titebond wood glue along with a quick-dry super glue mix and let it cure overnight. After that, I prepared the template for the shield. Since the spindle of our larger CNC was under maintenance, we had to cut the shield manually. That was actually good because it shows that it's completely possible to make this kind of project with hand tools and not just with a CNC. After the glue up, we cut the shield shape with a jigsaw. The one we used is a Makita, a really good one we've had for over 3 years now. Once the cut was done, I cleaned up all the edges with the sander using 80 grit paper. This step is important because the jigsaw tends to leave small imperfections, since it's not a precision tool. At this stage, I used the router with a 12mm bit to make the grooves where the sisal rope will go, decorating the border of the shield. I'll admit I don't have much practice with the router, but even with a few mistakes, the result came out pretty satisfying. Now it was time to finish the shield. I had started it, but I had to step away for another client's project, so Natalia took over this part. The sealing process was also repeated on the shield, since we want everything to have the highest possible quality. After letting the sealer cure on the piece, we sanded it with 320 grit sandpaper to remove roughness, and then moved on to the final finish with varnish. used automotive varnish because it gives an amazing result on wood. But keep in mind that you can choose the finishing method you prefer. It doesn't have to be the same as ours. Normally, we apply it with a spray gun, but in this case, it was easier to use a brush. We applied it carefully to all the pieces. It's important to let the varnish dry for about 4 hours before handling the pieces. After the varnish dried, we moved on to the final details. On the shield, we attached a 10mm sisal rope using a nailer. Look at that. You can see how amazing those details turned out. It looks wonderful. The next step was attaching the headpieces. We carefully glued everything with super glue and then screwed it together to ensure it won't come loose over time. For the final details of the horse, we used 2 leather strips, each 20mm wide, securing them with super glue and small tack nails. This detail simulates a halter, making the piece richer in detail. In the final step, we attached the head to the shield using 2 5x50mm screws. And for the finishing touch, we placed a vintage bottle opener on the horse's forehead. Guys, our project is finished, and we're very happy and satisfied with the final result. And we're sure yours will turn out amazing too. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. A big hug, and see you in the next video.